Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the day after the election. But we still don't know anything. I mean, they're still counting things and gonna recount things, and then there'll be lawsuits, and then it'll probably be like 2080, and we'll still be trying to decide who the president is. But hey, it's Wednesday, and our YouTube and social media feeds are gonna clean up soon. Anywho, Seep live broadcasting from room 208. Happy hump day. Remember that you have Friday off this week. So, hey, man, we're almost done with this week. We got kind of an easy run today. So what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to run you through the pretest answers and tell you how you guys did. And then I'm going to explain the very first assignment to you, which, we'll get you guys through. All right. So first order of business is the pretest. First of all, I want to tell you guys you did a pretty good job. There were 33 total questions on the pretest, and your class averaged 23 correct. I know it doesn't sound the greatest. It's like a third of them are wrong, but that's not bad. It's about exactly where the other three classes scored. There were some questions that you guys did really, really well on, and then there were some questions where there was a little bit of a struggle. I'll share the geography parts with you guys when we get to that part of things, but let's run through the answers quick. So I'll read you through the questions. And obviously, you got to think about what you answered. If you want to know what you got exactly, you could always chat me, and I could, let you know what your score was out of 33. So the first question, Declaration of Independence was written in. The answer, 1776. Second question, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence was Thomas Jefferson, old TJ. All right, many of the colonies of America were formed so the people of Europe could find. This one was a little tougher. We didn't do quite as well on this one. The answer is economic and religious freedom. A lot of you guys went with religious freedom and power. Power's a little tricky. So, yeah. All right, next one, idea that everyone has the right to equal opportunity and the government exists only with the consent of the people is. I got a lot of different answers on this one, but the majority of you guys got it right and put democracy. People who demanded an end to slavery were known as abolitionists. I got a few prohibitionists. Prohibitionists wanted to get rid of alcohol. All right, we'll talk about that later in the year. The unknown and uncharted regions of the West were known as the frontier. These amendments to the Constitution guaranteed people freedom of speech, assembly, religion, and trial by jury. That is going to be the Bill of Rights. Next question. The westward movement of the American people was justified by a belief called. This one you guys struggled on a little bit. I was surprised by this one because they did really well with it last quarter. And I don't know, maybe it's something Mr. Place just brushed over, and maybe last quarter got, a good guess. The answer to that one is manifest destiny. And we'll talk about that one a little bit more in chapter 2. Next one, this Union victory was a major turning point of the Civil War and stopped the Confederacy from pushing into northern territories. That is going to be Gettysburg. If you like history, I highly recommend getting out to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania someday. It's an interesting place. We went a couple summers ago. In 1803, President Jefferson paid France $15 million for. That's going to be the territory of Louisiana. So that one was one I think maybe everybody got that one right. I was pretty happy about that. The area we know as America was first settled by, a lot of split here, so we didn't do as hot on this question. Most anthropologists and historians will say it was nomads who crossed a land bridge from Asia. So there you go. Again, a little hazy on that one, but I went with it to see what you guys would say. The North probably won the Civil War because it was all of the above. You guys did a really nice job on that one. The first president of the United States was George Washington. The only beef I have is like a spelling. Holy cow, you guys. Wow. Okay, this one was interesting. You guys were about 50-50 on this one. And the ones that you got it wrong just didn't seem to have any idea at all. If it's 9 a.m. in Wisconsin, what time is it in New York City? If it's 9 here, it's 10 a.m. there. The three branches of the government was another struggle bus one. You've got the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. About 50-50 there. You guys were okay on that one. A lot of you guys got like one of them or two of them, but couldn't pull the third one. And some of you guys, you gave me like three branches of the military. You didn't know, but you gave me an effort. I appreciate it. What problem did the American colonies have with British rule? That's going to be taxation without representation, or just taxes. You guys did a nice job on that question too. The annexation of this state caused a war with Mexico. That's Texas, is one of the major things. Okay, this one, my wife always gets on my case because she thinks that no one's ever going to get this wrong, and well, about half of you did. So if you're facing south, if I'm facing Durfield over there, what direction is going to be to my right? That would be that way. That's going to be west, okay? Which of your rights are protected by the First Amendment? Mostly freedom of speech, but there are some other ones in there, and some of you guys hit on some of the other ones, so you guys did a good job there. These last two were struggle bus, like seriously, where I was like kind of half laughing at you guys a little bit. What imaginary line is found at 0 degrees latitude? That's going to be the equator. And then what imaginary line is found at 0 degrees longitude? That's called the prime meridian. So not bad on that section. I was pretty pleased. There were a couple questions that you guys really rallied well on and answered all correct. There were a few where we kind of collectively struggled as a group. And that's good for me to know. I can use that information to kind of guide where we're going in this quarter. So the oceans, I'm not going to page down to the things, but the average one of you guys knew was 2.8 out of 5 oceans. Yeah, that fifth ocean is a little tricky. There's a great debate about that one. When I was a kid, there was no fifth ocean, but the National Geographic Society that does a lot of the geographical rules and hoobada jubada, they added this one not too long ago. So number 1 is the Pacific Ocean. Number 2 is the Atlantic Ocean. Number 3, this was probably the biggest struggle, was the Indian Ocean. Number 4 is the Arctic Ocean. Number 5 is the Southern or Antarctic Ocean. I've seen it called both. I would have accepted both answers. Most of you guys wrote Southern. All right, so that's the oceans. The continents, the average one of you guys knew 5 out of 7 continents. I was a little, I'm not going to say I was disappointed. It was about the same as last quarter. There was some struggle in a couple areas, and I guess this, I don't know. We'll talk about it, I guess. Okay, so continent number 1, that's Asia. Got some China's, got some Russia's. You're right, those are countries that are there, but that's not the name of the continent. Continent number 2, that's Africa. Universally, you guys got that one right. I was pretty pleased with that one. Number 3 is Europe. I got like some Spain, some Italy, some Greece, some England, some France. So you guys generally understand the gist of what's there, but some of you guys didn't know the name of the place. Number 4 is Australia. I think we had one person write New Zealand. I was kind of surprised. And they spelled New Zealand right. I was like, oh, cool. 5 is North America. We still had some people get that wrong. They wrote America. Somebody wrote Canada. Last quarter, somebody told me that was China. So I guess that's an improvement. 6 is South America, and 7 is Antarctica. Like I said, you guys did relatively well as a group. 23 out of 33. I'm getting a little shine off that window. So 23 out of 33 isn't bad. The top score, we had 3 people get 30 out of 33. Sorry, I was checking my stats over there. 30 out of 33, which is a pretty good score. That's not bad. You did well. All in all, I would say that you guys gave me a good read of what you know and what you don't know, and I appreciate that. I really, really do. Okay, now the next part of the day, so in class we went through the test, and then what I did was I introduced the first assignment and gave them some work time. So what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to run you through the assignment like I did with them, but I do want you to take any time you had allotted for history today and work on the assignment. Don't just put it off. The assignment's going to be due Thursday by midnight. Because there's a short turnaround, I kept the assignment really short, and so I'm going to click on the assignment here and pull that up. It's called Reconstruction Introduction. Now, yesterday I ran you guys through how to use the online textbook. So it says our first unit will be Reconstruction in the American South. As an introduction to the unit, use the following page. You're only going to use that one page. Do not click next. All of the answers are on the first page. You do not need more than that, okay? It says I provided you with sentence stems. So I wrote the beginning of the sentence in red. One of the things I want to try to get across to you guys is do not start your answers with pronouns. No I, you, we, he, she, they, anything like that, or things. All right. We want to restate the question. So what I did with my sentence stems in red is I restated the question for you and gave you the first part of your answer. Really what you need to do here is plug in the meat and potatoes of the answer. Okay. So it says I've provided you with sentence stems in this first assignment so you understand what I'm looking for with your work. Remember to answer in full grammatically correct sentences. Okay. So grammatically correct sentences have proper punctuation. All right. They have proper capitalization. They are not run-on sentences. And basically, guys, we're just trying to get you guys to write a good sentence. This first assignment's going to be graded on content. Did you get the answers right? Did you go deep enough into the answers? Communication, how's your writing? All right. And then analysis and research. It's mostly going to be analysis. The analysis and research standard is mostly the last question. So please make sure you answer that one. Now, what I'm going to do then is when you guys turn these in, I will read through your answers and give you some feedback. And remember that you can, if you decide that you want to, you can and make changes for a better score. That's going to be it for today. Now, tomorrow, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys, we're going to go through our first notes in this unit. And so we're going to take out our notebooks for the first time. And then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time to finish up this assignment. Again, you don't have school on Friday. So, there you go. Hope you're well. Keep track of those election results if that's important to you. And, if you have any questions, I am obviously here. You can chat me, email me, and whatever you need to. I'll see you guys later. Have a nice day.